What them haters talking about?
What's up, family? We got a father who slapped his son in front of his followers on live for flexing guns and weed on social media. Question: was he wrong? Give it to me straight, fam. I know you will. Give it to me straight. Was he wrong? Okay, let's analyze this situation. The kid is flexing guns and weed on social media. He's playing a very dangerous game, little do he know. Or perhaps he do know, but he needs some excitement in his life, and somehow that's validation for him. Somehow his friend group, acting like a criminal validates him some kind of way. I don't know. Then you have a father who apparently loves his son, who sees him involved in this activity. He gets wind of it and he checks him. Not only do he check the son, but he check his friends and tell them to pull up. Since you like him so much, you reach over and slap him. I ain't talking about no pat. You can click on the link in the description and see for yourself what that slap was like. But he slapped him pretty good. And he dared his friends to pull up. And then he told his son, before I let them kill you, I'll kill you, Now, I do believe the father really do love that boy. I believe he loves his son. I believe that it's real hurtful to parents when you do all that you can for your kids and they still jump out there on some weirdo shit, on some goofy shit. I think that's really a big letdown. And oftentimes it can get you out of character. You can jump out of character real fast if you don't watch it. Now, the father also said some things that could go against him should he have to make good on his promise. If some of those little jokers decide, we're going to try your dad, because they will try you. Some of them just don't give a damn. They'll shoot your mama, they'll shoot your daddy, they'll beat up your mama, jump your daddy, whatever. They will try you. So let's say something like that was to happen. If it really went down and he had to down one of them kids, what you think the prosecutor gonna do? He's gonna do the same thing that they do when rappers, those drill rappers, talk that gangster talk. You're gonna play it back in court to the jury, and so that the judge can hear, look, this is who he is. No, don't worry about what they said. This is what they're saying now. But these are his words. This is what he said. He said, I don't care about killing the kids. So that would work big time to his disadvantage. See, the name of the game for me is to play to stay. That's play to stay alive. That's play to stay free. So I don't mind getting down, but I just want to make sure I'm to the right. Make sure I win. I want to win all the time. So a joker come at me, I'm about it for real. All I got to do is be in the right, and it's on. I'm going to make sure I'm in the right, because I know they would love an opportunity to get me. So I'm going to make sure I'm to the right. And once I'm to the right, it's on. So this is one of those situations where this could backfire. His words could be used against him. Again, I do believe that the father do love his son. But going at him like that on social media and making those threats, which I do believe he will carry out. But saying that on social media, that ain't it. That is not it. Like, the idea of combat is the element of surprise. The element of surprise works better than anything. The element of surprise. Daring one of them suckers to do something is just like saying, come on, do it. Like giving them permission to do it, because they will. Some of them will do it. And the thing is that I understand, I know the father ain't scared But why bring that on yourself if you don't have to? You know? Why? You know, even if you win, you could lose, right? Even if you win, you still got to deal with court. Still got to deal with the possibility of spending tens of thousands of dollars to fight for your freedom. Might get hit with a silver suit, all kinds of stuff. Man, you know what come with those problems. But additionally, I think that the son and the father is at a crossroads. Anytime you put your hands on somebody, it don't matter that you say, I love you. Because abusers do the same thing. Abusers beat the hell out you, and then they say, I love you. Well, I wouldn't have did that if you wouldn't have did this. I wouldn't. And see, that's confusing to a child when you ridicule a child on social media for the world to see. You don't just call him out, but you slap him. Not just slap him, but slap the dog shit out of him on live in front of, so that the world can see. That is beyond humiliating. I understand the father trying to save the kid's life, but what could happen, the adverse thing could happen. It could send him off the rail even further. It could make him even more determined to be about that life. Even if that really ain't him, just out of rebellion, just to deal with something, to be a part of something that is the antithesis of his father. You know what? At least these dudes don't slap me across my head. At least they don't get on live and embarrass me. So I'd rather be hanging out with them than my father. I'd rather be laying up in a trap house than to be laying up in my house and my dad's house, you know. And what is he gonna think about his mom for allowing that to happen also and not doing anything about it, not intervening? Your home is supposed to be your safe haven. Your home is supposed to be a place where if you can't find refuge nowhere else, when you come home, kick my feet up, I'm comfortable, I'm not afraid of anybody in my house. I don't have to be afraid because there's love in this house. So I don't have to be afraid of being attacked at any moment, slapped across my head, beaten at any moment. I don't have to worry about somebody killing me. This is my house. So if you got to worry about getting killed inside the house and get worried about being killed on the streets, what's the difference? Most kids, they just not gonna be that rational to say, you know what? I know dad went too far, man. He went too far, but you know, I know he loved me for real, so, you know, I'm just gonna chill out. Nah. A whole lot of kids will, even if they stayed, they gonna hold it in. They're gonna hold that rage in. And then one day, they are going to unleash that rage when you least expect it. It could be against his father. It could be against the world, society at large. Now, the father, straight up, I'm pretty sure he can whoop that boy with no problem. But guess what? The father got to go to sleep sometimes. When you're sleeping, you're at your most vulnerable. That's why I can't understand how some dudes will beat on their women. I don't understand how dudes will beat on a woman and lay their head next to somebody that they put hands on. Like, when you're sleeping, you're at your most vulnerable. I don't care, the weakest person can take you out once you close your eyes and go to sleep. It's a wrap. So I wouldn't have that type of conflict under my roof where, you know, that type of tension. You know, I just would not have that, you know. I don't believe in that type of stuff. I do believe that it is a way to get your message across to kids without humiliating them on social media for the world to see. I do believe that the father, in retrospect, probably regrets that he did that. Because I do believe he loved that boy. I think that he, in retrospect, he lost it. He lost it, and he just, But I think if he could do it over, I think he would do it a different way. So one of the ways to do it, he could still went on social media and made and said what he had to say without smacking the kid. He had the kid's attention. The kid was sitting there listening, and it wasn't like he was talking back anything. So he had his attention. He did not have to smack him. So, fam, we've talked about these type of videos a number of times, and each time it's probably been a good 20% of people, 15-20% of people that say, yeah, the father did what he had to do, he wasn't wrong. The mother did what she had to do, she wasn't wrong, she did. I'm telling you, fam, you cannot put your hands on people. You cannot, even if it's your child, you cannot associate discipline with leaving bruises, breaking skin, and putting hands on your child to the point they need medical attention. That is not discipline. That is child abuse. Simply put. And okay, for those of us who grew up, who were handled hard, who got a bunch of ass whoopings, and we say we turned out all right, did we really? Did we really turn out right? I can say I turned out all right. But I can also say perhaps I would have been a better person had I not been abused. How about that? How about the people that got abused? We know some of these children, it's a fine line. It's a fine line, when you're disciplining kids. And we talk about a lot how we got disciplined and we got whooped and we survived and we did the right thing. We turned out all right. I thank my mama for whooping me. I thank my daddy for whooping me. But what about the ones who got all the ass whoopings, who got beaten daily, got beaten more than anybody, and ended up dead in the streets, ended up going out there killing people, raping people, being a menace to society? I bet you it's more of them in prison or who have been to prison than not, than the ones who came up in loving homes where they didn't get abused. I bet you it's more people that's been abused that are in prison than those who have not been abused. But anyway, fam, y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Your opinion, I gave you mine. What do you think? Was the father right or wrong in the way that he administered his discipline? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?
Yeah.